Feel uneasy on your feet? Need assistance to walk? Do you use a wheelchair and want to stand more? What if you could stand stronger and feel steadier on your feet? What would this mean for your daily life and those closest to you? Join our dance-based walking program to improve balance, coordination, strength, and stamina. Wednesdays, May 18th to June 22nd at 2 p.m. at the iconic Columbia City Theater in partnership with Rainier Avenue Radio and Hugs That Empower nonprofit. Walkers, wheelchairs, and canes welcome. If you can stand and bear weight for even just 5 seconds, come dance to walk with Tango Stride.
Turn up your radio wherever you at. We about to bring it.
Street Beat with Tony B. Tony B will give you a chance to tackle local, national, and international issues that affect your community. Street Beat. Street Beat. Tony.
This is Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
I love the sound of shattering glass, as you all know. Hi, I'm Bettina Carey, and I'm founder and CEO of We Empower You, the global community, and WeEmpowerYourLife.com, the website. And we're right on Rainier Avenue Radio live every Thursday. It's 1:30 p.m. and here I am, Pacific Standard Time. And we're here to shatter glass ceilings right down to the floor. Do you have a story that deserves visibility? Want to take that message to the masses? If so, then your story, your product, your services, going to the media may be just what you need. And we believe that your voice deserves to be heard and that you can turn your message into $1 million business. So let's go ahead and bring up our next guest today. Our topic is turning your message into $1 million business. And I'll be featuring Lee Romanov, who's a millionaire mentor for the We Empower You community. Our returning guest, she will be sharing with us how to get media attention. Let It Go. Lee shows you how to go viral worldwide with water cooler topics. Lee's been making money online since 1994. She's reached that $1 million pinnacle and is sharing her strategies with all that will listen. In the middle of a pandemic, business closures, lockdowns, she was using these revenue strategies, and so was I, and our income continued without interruption. Lee Romanov is a motivational speaker who has an action plan on how to start and build your own online income. She's been making millions of dollars online since 1994. She's entertained radio audiences for decades, speaks to sold out audiences that love her, and she knows how to activate 10 revenue strategies that she's going to recommend to help you make thousands of dollars. She knows what works and what doesn't, and we're going to be discussing that here today. Welcome back, Lee. It's so good to have you back.
Thank you very much. What a great introduction. I'm coming back again and again just for your introductions.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. So we had you at our weekly meeting that we have every single week on Wednesdays, and those are at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you shared with us a little bit about how to get the much needed and deserved media attention that we deserve and those watching and listening will also deserve. Share with us why you believe that anyone can turn their message into that $1 million business.
Well, everybody that has a message usually tries to help other people, and that's the critical part. So radio, TV stations, newspapers want to share that good advice that consumer advocate has, because they keep running out of great advice. And if many entrepreneurs dedicate their life to their message and their help. And what I try to do is unbury the message, saying, stop fighting between yourselves online, because there's so many entrepreneurs that are saying, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this online. But if you step into the mainstream media, there's no competition. There's virtually no competition. And it's a scary thing to do, but I would rather talk to one person that represents 1 million listeners than 1 million podcast interviews.
I'm with you on some of that. So you believe that we can own the media, or as I would say, be the media, right? So share with us a little bit about why you believe we are the answer to a lot of the media producers, editors, writers, and you can get your own media too.
Well, we are the answer because the media depends on us for stories. They've got a job. Their job is to interview interesting people. They're looking for us. And if we don't make ourselves visible, then that's our fault. And I've always thought that the media is one of my departments. If I have a story for them and I pitch it to them and they don't like it, well, that tells me a whole lot of information about what I'm saying because my message isn't resonating with them or their audience. So that's good training. So you keep training yourself, pitching your story. It doesn't cost you any money to do that. And you get immediate feedback. The other thing that's really good is if you're a little bit uncomfortable about pitching a story, then pitch information to the media that they should be aware of. Because
that's a great hack.
Yes, because then it's not really pitching yourself, just pitch information, give them, a heads up on great ideas and what's happening, and maybe somebody shared their story with you and you can share their story with the media and be the in-between person. I often connected the media with other people when the story was great. So they looked at me as a resource, and they keep resources on their database forever.
Well, you talk about the topics that you might pitch media, and you phrase it, water cooler topics are what's hot when it comes to talking to the media. Give us a little bit of examples of some of that.
Okay, so here's a perfect example. I am not a writer. Just so you know, I'm not a writer, but I just thought I would compare people's driving records, their tickets and accidents to their astrological signs. I happen to have some data on that. And I thought, wow, I'm going to produce a book called Car Karma. When bad things happen to good drivers, blame the astrological signs. And I just did a 100-word press release for under $100 and sent it out. Within one day, I had over 1 million people to my website. I was called by CNN and CBC and BBC, and I went viral. And I didn't know anything that much about insurance. I didn't know that much about tickets and accidents, and certainly not a lot about astrological signs, but you can get this information online. And when you compare viral topics, you yourself can go viral.
I love that topic. And I love the interview that you did because it's something that you can use again and again and again. And it still has traction even all these years later. So, we're part of this wonderful community. We empower you. We have lots of different business owners and business types. Who have you met with lately that you have a really great water cooler topic for idea-wise?
Who I met with lately? Actually, because it's out now on the internet so much, people come to me. I just got an email from City Pulse 24. It's one of the largest watched TV networks in Ontario, Canada. And it was really surprising because I hadn't done anything with them for 7 years, but they still kept my name on record as a resource, and they can call you just like that. So what that did was it stimulated me to get back, look at all my local TV and radio stations and start sending them out information. People are all like right now, a hot topic is how to create your own business because a lot of people have been kicked out. So if you send the radio, TV stations interesting strategies on how to generate revenue or an online income, they're going to pick it up. And if you're consistent, if you just do it once a week, not pitching yourself, pitching the information, and not even pitching, just giving them the information, at one point they're just going to call you. And that's how you do it. You're always sending emails to your friends, your family, your clients. Create your own little email list that you send to the media, because that's your department. That is your media department. And if you never send them a story, they're never going to do it.
How are you going to know, right? I love that. So we were talking yesterday about deploying this strategy, and one of the things that people have a fear about, it's similar to the number one fear in the world is getting on stage. So put that right there with picking up the phone and calling the media. How would you recommend somebody approach the media if they have this built-in fear? They don't know what they're doing. Step by step, give us the step-by-step formula that you use to pick up that phone, which is really, really heavy, and get on it, or in the email, which of course you use both of those mediums.
So what I do is, if I want to get on a particular radio show, I will listen to that radio show for a week or two, and I will sort of get to know the host. And there's always things that you think when they're interviewing people or they're saying that you're saying, they missed this point, or they could add this point, or wouldn't this point be very interesting? So what you do is you call the radio station and say, look, I was just listening to so-and-so, and he made a really good point about this, but I think he left this information out. Have him give me a call, and I'll tell him maybe what he could explore on a different light.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Now, there's another technique that you use called newsjacking, where you take a story that's hot right now. Usually there's a lifespan on stories, and you newsjack it and make it your own story. Give us an idea of how you've used that in the past.
Well, I'm not sure if I understand the real concept of newsjack, but I'll give you an example of what I do. I'm not the media, but I've now decided I am the media, and you can be just like that. And as I said, the We Empower You program has the Today's News Media, where you can join as a media representative. So what I do is, when I hear an interesting story, I contact that person for an interview. And if I contact somebody, let's say politically, and interview them, I've actually risen my position up equal or above. It's kind of more what I call the Oprah effect, where now I'm interviewing people that I would never normally ever contact myself as me, but as a media representative with a self-made title, I can contact them, and more than likely they will agree to an interview, especially if I've watched one of their interviews and I'm asking a specific question about it.
That's a marvelous way to approach it, especially if you are, have that fear factor and the phone is really heavy and you really don't want to call on the media. You can call on a famous person and interview them. Why not? Right? That's even scarier on some level, but it works, right?
It works. Yeah, because when you've if you can be part of the Today's News Media group, mm-hmm. you're considered a journalist. They can look you up. They can see your profile. We've added so many, journalists, because today we are the news. The way the internet has worked, you can just walk into that position and establish it and go from there. It's, take it. It's there for you to take. So what I'm saying is that think of this whole life as junior high school, and just jump into projects that you have no business doing and see what happens, because nothing bad can really happen.
That's right. The worst they could say is no, and then they're going to say no again, maybe, and no again, and then every once in a while they're going to say yes. So why not keep doing that? Now, another thing that I do is just looking at the calendars that are out there that have the International Women's Day or the Nurses Day, or, the Dog Day or the Hot Dog Day, and make sure that I'm following along on calendars, but I'm doing this months in advance, right? Because media reporters and editors, they're actually looking months in advance, even though they call it news and it should be timely and all of that. At the end of the day, they're still planning, especially if they're magazines, they're definitely planning in advance. So do you have any ideas around that topic?
Well, actually, my sister was one of my greatest teachers, because what she would do is, no matter what topic I would bring to her, she would bring it back to her school. And if, I could talk about New Guinea and she'd say, do you know what? I was thinking of teaching New Guinea to my class. And if you establish that, whatever the media story is or whatever the story you hear, if you take it and bring it back to yourself, like let's say New Guinea. Oh, I think we should teach people in New Guinea how to create online income. There you go. So you can bring any hot topic story back to what you do. It's easy.
It's easy.
If
It's so easy, and we've made it even easier because part of the We Empower You community, which of course I'm the founder of, and Income Activator is the platform that we use, which you founded, has come together to have a radio list as one of the benefits. And tell us a little bit about what people can do using the benefits of the We Empower You membership.
Well, the We Empower You membership is focused on the entrepreneur and creating an income and an annual income. And this package it sells for $15.99. It's an annual package, but wow, just wow, because it comes with an all-inclusive website. So you're not constantly saying, oh, I need a store, I need this, I need that. Everything is included. It comes with a spotlight TV show that is on Amazon and Roku and Google Play and Chromecast and Android. You've got a potential audience of 50 million. It comes with sponsorship connections that sponsor businesses, small businesses, if they align with your message, up to $100,000 annually. So, and with a TV show, with your possible reach of 50 million viewers, it's such a connection. Plus, you get a media list of radio stations, real radio stations with real audiences of 50 to 100,000 listeners. Like, this is a mind-blowing thing. And the biggest thing about this whole package is the fact that we have weekly get-togethers. And with a combination of all the experts there, you can go into this meeting, and if you have a question, bam, it's answered by somebody that has been there, done that. And you can also promote your business and network. There's nothing like it in the world.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I am just so stoked about the We Empower You membership, the fact that we have the Income Activator platform, and of course we have the global summit that we produce every single quarter coming up on June the 8th. And that's a 12-hour day with many of the same speakers that we run through our Wednesday meeting and our Thursday radio interviews. And so this is a well-working machine at this point, as they say. And we just kicked off right as COVID had reared its ugly head in the summer of 2020. And I'm so excited to be working with you collaboratively. So Lee, give me some of your final thoughts and maybe your call to action for those out there watching and listening to this show and all of our shows where we talk a little bit about the We Empower You community.
Okay. If I was part of the listening audience and I wanted to learn how to create an online income, you have designed the We Empower You membership so that if people promote it to their audience, they become a 50-50 partner in the revenue produced on an annual basis. There is no easier revenue stream. If they promote it on their Twitter or their Instagram or Facebook or whatever their mode of media is, and they get 100 people joining this absolutely phenomenal program, they can make $80,000 a year. I mean, oh my gosh. Through my promotion, I used to get 1,500 people a day to my website. Yeah, carving out 100 people is a really easy thing to do if you're consistent. And as I said, Bettina, there's nothing like that even comes close.
Yes.
Comes close.
And then we launched the Just Say Yes program. So if your heart says yes, but your pocketbook doesn't have anything in it, we give you 90 days to come up with 2 new members or pay the cash, either one. And we start you right off with this beautiful package of the We Empower You membership. Go to weempoweryourlife.com, click on the Just Say Yes button, and get information about how you too can have your very own website. If you already have a website, we can incorporate it into this website of your own and generate an online income. And you can tap into the great resource that Lee is, that I am, and that others that we invite to speak and help you to grow, run, and to scale your business. That is the biggest reason why I jumped into this awesome relationship that we have and partnership that we have, Lee, because I have never done anything in the near 30 years I've been running a business that has ever generated the kind of revenue that we're generating right now. And so I'm so thankful and grateful for you. And so what are you going to be speaking at the summit? Have you had time to think about that at this point?
Well, probably at the summit, I'm just going to go back at the book I wrote, Get Rich by Telling People Where to Go. Everybody is their own directory, and you do it every day. You give your advice, which, hairstylist to go to, which accountant to use. But when you do it online with the software, you can get paid for it. And everybody is their own Angie's List or home advisor. So put it to use.
Yes. I love it. And, you're one of the tenets for this book that you wrote is that you basically say, stop working so hard and start promoting others. Tell us a little bit about why you believe promoting others is the secret to building wealth.
Well, I'll give you an example. When I found out who had the lowest car insurance rates, and I thought, oh my gosh, I saved $300. I wanted to tell the world about it. So, but I didn't know anything about car insurance. So what I did was I got the insurance rates on my database and I sent leads to the insurance industry. I started with one broker and there's $5 leads, but it allowed me to connect with the media and promote the message, come here for the lowest car insurance rates. So when I was promoting the message and sending business to other businesses for $5, I averaged $50,000 a month.
Wow.
And I was just promoting, and I got on more and more stations because my message resonated. So when your message resonates and you have a back-end directory, you actually don't have to do any work if you just promote your message. And that it doesn't happen overnight, but when you start building the blocks to do that, and that's what people learn if they come to your weekly meetings, then they grow into it. The people that started with your weekly meetings, they now have books, they now have TV shows, they now have interviews. I mean, you've taken people that don't know what they're doing and we've groomed them. If I had that, man, I would have just died for it.
I know it definitely shortens the process of starting and running and scaling a business. The We Empower You membership as well. I would say what people really enjoy the most is they're part of a community who's joined, arm in arm, locked, and they're walking step in step together into this dark night of owning an own business. Because 50% or more businesses fail after 5 years. You don't want to be one of them. And so you want to have the help of others. And why go it alone when you could actually be helped by the others that are in this group? So many talented coaches that are part of this group. And with that said, let me share a little bit before we close about the upcoming We Empower You Global Summit. And Lee, jump in at any time because this. We start at 8:30 a.m., go to 8:30 p.m. The next one coming up is on June the 8th. We feature 5 topic areas. That's business, leadership, love, life, and health. And that all leads to wealth. So, you can't have a better opportunity, at least in my mind. It's our 9th summit coming up. We know what we're doing. We have actually, instead of 24 speakers on the day, we have 36 speakers on the day. We've tightened up our program. Every summit, we go a little higher in our planning so that we can deliver awesome opportunity for you to learn and grow. And as Mia Tepper likes to say, It's the blend of business and altruism as well. If you come for an hour, you're likely to stay for a day. Lee, what are your final comments about the summit?
The summit is a really interesting combination of the successes people have done and sharing. And what is really interesting about the summit is that after the speakers are all done, they can separately connect with the speakers for a private consultation, which is another wow factor. And even in your weekly meetings, if somebody just doesn't understand something, we're always saying, look, call me after and let's just go over. And I've spent hours and hours and hours, with people just trying to, give them the information so that it connects, because it's new and they have to sort of say it themselves to connect the dots.
Yes, that's a great way to describe it. And the speakers are from all over the globe. And so different time zones are checking in. We've got people from all over the world that attend. And what I like to say is that many talented coaches are finding it simply difficult to connect with those that they most could be helping. So if you're a coach, a mentor, a speaker, an author, a thought leader out there, and you want to be a speaker on our stage, you're going to want to go to weempoweryourlife.com, click on the Summit Tickets tab to get a ticket and join us June the 8th. And then once you've been one, you can do one, and we'll invite you to speak. So thank you so much for joining us here today, Lee. It's been great to have you. Our next show coming up is on the Wonderful World of Fine Art, episode 22. You're listening and watching on Rainier Avenue Radio. Thanks everyone for listening and watching. Please leave your comments. I read them each and every one of them. Join us every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, thank you, Lee. It's been great to have you. Bye for now. Coaching is a noble profession, but in these current tumultuous times, so many talented coaches are finding that they simply cannot connect with people that they could be helping. And people need our help more than ever these days. That is why I conceived the We Empower You Global Community and Global Virtual Summit. I'm Bettina, Carey, and I'm inviting you to join with some of the world's leading empowerment coaches, trainers, authors, mentors, and thought leaders for our upcoming We Empower You Global Virtual Summit. There's an old adage and saying that goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. It is in that spirit of togetherness that we aim to help connect more talented coaches to the people that they might help. Join us for free and share your knowledge in this Find Wealth by Giving endeavor. And there isn't a hidden fee or big sales pitch at the end. You will be shoulder to shoulder with some of the world's best thought leaders, newsmakers, and game changers. And you will see for yourself exactly what the We Empower You global community and membership is all about. It's a blend of altruism and business, to be sure. This endeavor is audacious, and we hope to plant seeds that take deep roots. So we need you. If you have a goal of helping others reach and achieve that next rung, if your work aids in lifting people out of self-limiting beliefs, if you're ready to fix the world one client at a time or spread your message to the masses, you're welcome to join us for our We Empower You Global Summit. Tickets are free, but RSVP is required. Scan the QR code if you're watching on TV, or go to our website at weempoweryourlife.com and click on the Summit Tickets tab to get more information and to claim your free Zoom admission ticket. We empower you. Together we will go far.